Once upon a time in a world where self-care was considered a luxury rather than a necessity, I decided to invest in myself. I thought, why not treat myself like a startup? I'll be the CEO of the Incorporated. I opened my personal finance app and realized I had enough money for a gym membership or a fancy smoothie subscription. Spoiler alert, I chose the gym because I figured smoothies wouldn't help me achieve my six-pack dreams. The first day at the gym was like stepping onto a movie set where I was the only extra and everyone else was feeling confident, while I was just trying to figure out how to use the treadmill. I felt like a toddler learning to walk, except I was trying to run and, spoiler alert again, I fell flat on my face, metaphorically speaking. After a few weeks of sweating more than a sinner in church, I decided to diversify my investments. So, I signed up for yoga classes because, apparently, downward-facing dog is a thing, and I thought it would help my flexibility. Let me tell you, the only thing that got flexible was my definition of balance. I ended up in a pose that looked more like a pretzel than a yoga position, and I had to pay extra for the therapist to untangle me. But hey, I was investing in myself, right? I mean, who needs money when you can have inner peace? Then came the fateful decision to take a cooking class because, how hard could it be to sauté vegetables? Turns out, when they said sauté, they didn't mean let the vegetables burn while you scroll Instagram. By the end of the class, I had created something resembling a science experiment rather than a gourmet meal. I told myself, this is an investment in my culinary skills, even if my smoke alarm was the only one celebrating my new expertise. At this point, my bank account was dwindling, and I was beginning to wonder if I should start a GoFundMe for my self-investment journey. I decided to take a break from all this investment and treat myself to a spa day because, relaxation is crucial for growth. Little did I know, a day at the spa costs as much as a small car, but hey, I was worth it, right? As I lay there, being pampered, I realized I had invested so much in myself that I basically owed me a mortgage. I mean, who would have thought self-love would come with a price tag? I started imagining my debts to myself. You owe yourself $100 for yoga, $200 for that gym membership, and let's not forget the $50 for that salad you never made but bought instead. Suddenly, I felt like I was running a Ponzi scheme, but instead of scamming others, I was just scamming myself. By now, I was pretty sure I needed a financial advisor, or at least a life coach who specializes in self-help consolidation. To add insult to injury, my friends started noticing my glow and asked for my secret. I proudly declared, I invested in myself, and that I quickly followed up with, but I also owe myself a ton of money, so it's a work in progress. They laughed, but I continued on my journey, trying to convince myself that my investments were worthwhile. Now, every time I look in the mirror, I can't help but think, wow, I really need to pay off this debt to myself. But then I remember that investing in myself is the best kind of debt to have, even if it comes with a side of burnt vegetables and yoga disasters. So here's to self-investment and all the funny financial pitfalls that come with it. After all, if you can't laugh at yourself while you're broke from self-care, what's the point? And who knows, maybe one day I'll make a profit from all this investment, or at least a really good salad.